Our journey now takes us to the idyllic surroundings of the UK's Lake District to visit Calvert Stables. Situated on the outskirts of Keswick, they're an RDA-approved riding centre that, amongst other things, are participating in groundbreaking efforts to help neuro-rehabilitation patients with acquired brain injury recover and reach their true potential.
Calvert Trust has been on this site since 1976, and it all started because our founder, John Forrest-Bredding, wanted people with disabilities to enjoy Lake District and get the opportunities that everyone else got. We provide the equine sessions for those breaks, so people come here and they'll do riding or carriage driving or horse care. And then more recently, Calvert Reconnections has set up, and they are providing rehab for people with brain injury. We don't have such a thing as an average day here. Every day is really different. We start work at 8. The staff and I come in, feed the horses. They're often out in the field, so we fetch them in. The ones that are in the stables get mucked out and groomed, and then everyone has their break at 9:30, ready for sessions to start at 10. Our groups can range from groups of children with autism, family groups, adult groups. Some people, if they're not mobile, they can go on our carriages from their wheelchair, so we're completely accessible.
Well, Stephen has cerebral palsy, and we decided a few months ago when we were staying nearby, where we could go away on holiday, that we'd try a new experience for him and try carriage driving.
Steve has dystonia, which means he has lots of muscle spasms. And clearly now he's really relaxed, which is a major benefit, especially for Steve. And also just for the enjoyment. He just really enjoys being here.
It's a real special kind of horse we need for this job.
And I think we're going a bit fast on that now. What did I say? Don't be going fast.
We do obviously a lot of different activities, so we need horses that are safe and appropriate to carriage drive and for riding. Generally ours are what we call a cob, so they're like a small, quite sturdy horse, quite strong. But it's all about their temperament and their attitudes, really, that we can teach them everything we need them to know, but they need to have that open attitude. They are hard to find, and then we spend a long time assessing them and training them before they're fully online.
Billy's lovely. He's a nice boy, very nice boy. Gives you confidence there. Nice, they're quiet. Well schooled, very well schooled.
Lots of people want to come and visit the lakes because it's so beautiful, the landscape's so striking. I think a lot of the schools that come residentially and also the people at Reconnections, they might come from towns and cities and then suddenly they're in this amazing environment, and it can be quite mind-blowing. We know that horses make us feel good, that's why we want to be with them. There's often, with a lot of our people as well, there's a sense of achievement. They might never have met a large animal before, and actually to have ridden it and steered it and got the horse to do things for them is quite empowering. They're on a horse looking down at everyone else, and that can be quite a profound change for some people. And that's not uncommon, I think we see that quite a lot.
So I'm Emily, I'm an occupational therapist that works at Reconnections, Calvert Reconnections. We're the UK's first acquired brain injury rehab centre that focuses on outdoor activities as part of participants' rehab journeys. We're clinically led. We're based right next door to the Calvert Stables, and we use the stables heavily within our participants' rehab plans.
I came here from a mental health institution on the Isle of Man, so I feel like 1,000,000% better for all the activities that I do at Reconnections and riding the horses, making their feeds and all that. I was knocked over by a car 10 years ago and suffered a severe brain injury, but I've made a good recovery and that's what Calvert Reconnections is for. But the idea was to get me back into a working mindset and improve my emotional state, which I believe it's done.
When we work with Calvert Reconnections, the stables and riding sessions really tie in with the OT, with the occupational therapy. And people come into there usually a longer stay, so it could be 3 to 6 months as part of their rehab post-brain injury. So people come in there and they'll set their specific rehab goals, and then we work with the OTs to see how riding or stable sessions could fit in with their overall goals. If people are wanting to get back into employment, they can come here, they learn the skills how to work with the horses, but actually it's about the transferable life skills they get out of it. So it's getting up in the morning, timekeeping, getting here, what to have to wear. Then obviously it's working to become as independent as possible, so they know to come and sign in. They come and check the boards, so they'll see what their jobs for the day are.
There can be a lot going on in the stables, can't there? There's a lot of noises. Some people who have acquired brain injury can really have that kind of hypersensitivity to noise and find it really difficult to concentrate. We have used the stables in the past for people who can focus back on the tasks, but have goals of 5 or 10 minutes where we focus on the task and then go and do something else. And having that environment where we can use the stables as to work on those areas of rehab as well has been beneficial. Some people who have hemiplegia, anything that touches their hand can either feel really sharp or really cold or really hot and quite painful. So all of that was kind of desensitising some of that and getting that sensory feedback as something that was normal rather than something that was causing any pain or discomfort. So that was a real success. Yeah.
What we find the participants from Reconnections get out of coming here the most is taking ownership. So you might not want to get up this morning, but actually you've got to get up and come and get the horses' feeds ready. So you're putting someone else's needs above your own. And often you see people really increasing confidence, communication. They're thrown in the mix here along with our staff, volunteers, and they get on with everyone else.
It's amazing watching people at the stables, and you can really see their progression that they make, and that feeds into other activities that we do, not just activities in the outdoors but also in their daily life. So any confidence that they gain at the stables, any skills, cognitive improvements that they make, that can feed into their day-to-day activities, so their planning and routine, maybe their cooking skills, socialising with other participants and other staff. It's amazing to see the progress that they make over at the stables and the impact it has on their lives.
It's hard to explain it. Wasn't it Churchill that said there's something about the outside of a horse that helps the inside of a person? So we've always known it. I think what we do here is we set it up, facilitate if you like, and we make it safe, and then we let people come in and have their own relationship with the horse. And it's when people have those magic moments, and I think that's the thing I find most rewarding.